I wanted to ask you just a philosophical question of, being in the dog days of college basketball now, starting this heavy part of your schedule, knowing the holiday season is coming up and you've got, 5, 6, freshmen, sophomores that are looking at you as both coach and almost a surrogate parent. What's that, what's that process like every single year, when you get down to this type of season, knowing that the competition is here and, you got, kids you're looking after?
Yeah, it's really why you coach, right? It's obviously you want to win games and, that pays all the bills, right? Trying to win games and whatnot, but like the connection you get to have with 18 to 22-year-olds, you become their family. You're who they lean on when something goes bad, or you're who they celebrate with when something goes bad. It's us as a staff and our team. We've kind of become their immediate family. And it's a really, really cool thing. And honestly, it's probably why most people coach. It's an honor.
The reason you played UCLA, the reason you played the SEC teams,
Yeah.
the reason you went to Dayton was to kind of prepare yourself for what Sunday is, and that's just the start of the Big Ten season.
Yeah.
But how do you feel like those experiences will pay off for you Sunday?
Right, that's what you hope. You hope that that we're not just diving into a really tough environment. You hope that, I think if we play UCLA right now, I think we've gotten so much better that it probably doesn't go that way. I'm not saying we're going to beat them, but it probably doesn't go that way. And I think even from our growth from the Georgia and the Florida game, our connectivity as a unit, our ability to trust everything, right? Trust us upstairs, trust each other on the court, trust each other in the locker room. It's grown immensely, and it's why we did it, right? 6-3, we could be, we could be better than that, right? Even with the schedule that we played, but we challenged ourselves and put us in that situation. And you hope that when Sunday at 1 o'clock Central Time, when there's 5,000 plus or whatever they're going to have in the barn in a loud environment, we've been there already.
Much more the environment, though, just kind of the style that you'll face and the aggressiveness that is Big Ten play and how they bump cutters and it's more physical. And do you feel like you've had enough of those experiences?
I think so. And I think we've seen it all. I think, from UCLA's size and length and their pressure on the perimeter, from Georgia's long 3-2 zone to Valpo's bunch action, to Simo's ball screen, to Dayton's ball screen. I think we've kind of seen a little bit of mixture of everything, so we are prepared for whatever we face. And obviously Minnesota's a lot of Dayton, a lot of Simo, and a lot of Valpo, right? A lot of great spacing, a lot of shooters, a lot of ball screens. So something we've seen now, it's just at another level in the Big Ten where it matters more than anything.
Coach, this is the team that they beat pretty handily last year on this home court. What do you think has been the biggest upgrade for Minnesota since the last time you played them? Obviously, they've gotten riled, but what do you think is the biggest upgrade for them?
Well, we remember our last game of the Big Ten last year. We were at Minnesota and we lost a game. We knocked the snot out of them here. Our last game at Minnesota, that was our last Big Ten game. So we remember that. We remember what it was like to go in a barn and leave, with our tail between our legs. Like, we remember what that feels like. But Dawn has done an unbelievable job. Their kids play extremely hard. They're bought into the defensive end. They like to pack things in, keep them in front of you, and they shoot and make a lot of threes. Got a lot of offensive weapons. They added a transfer 6'5" post player that really, makes up for when Rose went into the portal. So, but a young team that got a lot of minutes last year and just a little bit more experience. So, they're 8-1. Just went on the road and beat Kentucky pretty handily. Played UConn really, really close in the barn. So, we got our hands full, but we remember what our last regular season Big Ten game was, and we hope that we can go in there and play with a chip on our shoulder. We're not supposed to, on paper, right? I think Minnesota is supposed to win the game. So no pressure on us. We're going to go in there and play as hard as we can.
Asking about Rashonda Jones, she was apparently what Sam reported was that she was a healthy scratch. How important was it for her to maybe get that night off and maybe recharge that battery both mentally and physically?
Yeah, no doubt. When doctors tell us she's okay to go, she'll be ready to go. for us, it's just a matter of making sure whoever is on the floor, it's next man up, whatever it is, whoever it is, and we're ready to roll.
Have the doctors told you she's ready to go?
Do we want to tell Minnesota this? Like, do we? I mean,
I think your fans are interested if she's ready to go.
well, can we find out at 1 o'clock tomorrow? I mean,
That's up to you. That's up to you.
I would like for Minnesota to be prepping for Roshana to be on the floor, but you guys are going to post your little videos, and it's going to give them a little bit of an edge right now.
I don't know how much you've been able to look at the other Big Ten teams and what they've done so far, and where do you think you guys fit right now into this league?
I don't know. I think there's some really good top-heavy teams. I think even the teams that were supposed to be at the bottom aren't at the bottom. For us, I think we got to look at it like we are one of those teams at the bottom, and we got to fight like hell to get out of there. I think that's what, nothing's given to us. I think we've got to play with more of a chip on our shoulder, and really just honestly fight like hell.
Coach, what's going to, what do you think are going to be the keys to just getting off to the quick starts that you want to have against a Minnesota team, as you mentioned before? Can shoot the three real well. And,
we got to take away their transition. They're a team that runs really, really well. Whoever gets it, their wings fly up and down the court and shoot a lot of threes in transition. A lot of middle slot ball screens in transition that are really tough to guard, and then they like to throw it into their big in transition. So transition defense has got to be on point. We got to make sure we're running shooters off the line and forcing them to long pull-ups. And then we got to be able to push. Like, they're really solid in the half court, so we've got to be able to push tempo and get some easy buckets too.